The dining room smelled of sage, roasted turkey, and unspoken lies. Laughter erupted like gunfire, Lisa's friends, flushed with Pinot Noir, howling at her latest quip. She leaned back in her chair, triumphant, wine glass raised like a trophy. I set mine down with deliberate care. The clink cut through the noise like a blade. It wasn't the joke itself, a lazy jab about husbands being useless in bed, that landed perfectly with her giggling audience. It was the casual venom behind it, the way her eyes slid past me as if I were furniture. 10 years of marriage, and she just reduced me to a punchline in front of everyone. I met her gaze. She was still smiling, cheeks pink, oblivious. Not for long. We'd met in that dusty bookstore aisle. She'd been reading something pretentious. I pretended to care about the same book just to hear her laugh. That laugh, bright, effortless, had hooked me. For years I believed it was real. We built a home, traditions, a life that looked flawless from the outside. No blowout fights. Just rhythm. Comfort. Love. Or so I told myself. Lately the rhythm had faltered. Late nights at the office. Her phone face down, notifications silenced. Conversations that ended too quickly. The slow bleed of affection I pretended not to notice. Then 2 nights ago, 2:17 a.m. bed empty. I found her on the couch, knees drawn up, whispering into the glow of her screen. She startled when the floor creaked, ended the call mid-sentence. Couldn't sleep, she said, too quick, too bright. I waited until she was showering the next morning. 5 minutes. That's all it took to unlock her phone. Her passcode was still our anniversary, ironic, and find the thread labeled simply M. Mark. My best friend since college. The man who'd stood beside me at our wedding. The one whose kids called me uncle. The messages weren't pornographic. They didn't need to be. Late night memes only they understood. Miss your voice. Wish I could just hold you tonight. He doesn't get me like you do. I read until the words swam. Every shared holiday, every barbecue, every beer we'd cracked together, rewritten in an instant. Poisoned. I didn't confront her. Not then. I waited. Thanksgiving arrived like a gift-wrapped grenade. The table was crowded, Lisa's friends, my parents, Mark and his wife Sarah, a few others. Turkey carved, wine flowing, gratitude speeches already starting. Lisa, tipsy and bold, delivered her line. The room exploded. I stood slowly. Chairs scraped. Eyes turned. Since we're doing jokes, I said, voice calm, almost pleasant, I've got one. Silence dropped like a curtain. Lisa tilted her head, still smiling. Babe. What do you call a wife who humiliates her husband in public while texting his best friend that she wishes she could fuck him instead? The room froze. Lisa's smile cracked. What are you? I pulled my phone from my pocket. No theatrics. Just facts. I tapped once. The screen lit up. I set the device face up in the center of the table, volume low but clear. A voice memo I'd saved from her phone, her voice, unmistakable, breathy in the dark. Mark, I can't stop thinking about last week. I need to see you again. Soon. Then a text preview I'd screenshotted. Her, he's asleep. Wish it was you here. Him, soon, baby. I promise. Sarah, Mark's wife, gasped. Her hand shot out, snatched the phone. She scrolled, face draining of color with each flick. Mark stared at his plate like it might save him. Lisa's mouth opened and closed. It's not, I can explain. Explain what? I asked quietly. That for months you've been laughing at me behind my back. That the man I called brother has been in my wife's bed. Or that tonight you decided to broadcast how worthless I am in the one place I still felt safe. Her friends shifted uncomfortably. My mother covered her mouth. Dad's jaw clenched so hard I heard it. Sarah stood abruptly. Chair toppled. "You son of a bitch," she hissed at Mark. Tears streaked her face. She grabbed her coat and stormed out without another word. Mark finally looked up. Eyes glassy. We didn't mean. Save it, I said. For your divorce lawyer. I turned to Lisa. She was crying now, big, panicked sobs. Not remorse. Fear. You were right about one thing, I told her. There's nothing to be thankful for in this bed anymore. Especially when the woman next to me is picturing someone else. I picked up my jacket from the back of the chair. The room was a graveyard of stunned faces. Lisa reached for my arm. Please. We can fix this. Talk. I stepped back. Some things don't get fixed. They end. I walked to the door. Behind me, her sobs turned raw. Mark muttered something useless. Forks clinked awkwardly as people pretended to eat. I didn't look back. Outside, the November air bit clean and cold. My car waited in the driveway like an escape pod. 10 years gone. 2 betrayals. 1 public execution. And for the first time in months, I could breathe. I started the engine and drove into the night. No plan. No destination. Just forward. Because revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's simply walking away, and letting them drown in the silence you leave behind.